How does the rising cost of gas prices affect us as Turo Host, as somebody that's running a fleet of over 20 vehicles out here in Las Vegas? I'm surprised we're still getting booked across the board. I've also increased prices and we're still getting booked with these new prices this last week that I've tested. And I'm going to share with you guys a few things, how to be resourceful, because it's not how the world affects us, it's how we respond to how the world affects us. So we are always to be resourceful, and I'm gonna share with you guys just a few tips on how to be able to adapt during this time. So majority of our fleet are vehicles that are considered to save gas. They're not luxury, they're not premium. We only have a small handful out of the 20 vehicles that are premium, and those are still getting booked. But what I decided to do, I started to increase the prices on the day rate from what the average and recommended is on Turo. And here's another thing, I would not use or do the recommended that Turo says. I think as your profile is getting built up and you're starting to get more trust, you have the authority to pretty much raise your prices, especially if you're offering great service. So we did. I increased a lot of our day rates by $10, $15, some 20, and we're still getting booked at an average of like $50, $60 for a lot of our economy or lower end type of vehicles that are just compact. And it's amazing because this is where the economy is at right now, where people, they just want, they want to not you get go luxury. They want to be able to leverage how many miles the gallon goes. Like one of our Nissan Versas, right? It's considered 31 during the city and 39 highway. So obviously, if people are going around town, if they're just traveling from one place to another, they're going to want something that is fuel efficient. And I'm sure, the Teslas, I'm sure all those, we're seeing those cars probably getting booked more just because of the increase. But again, at the end of it, what I would do is, if you guys are running any, especially economy established vehicles, raise your prices. People are looking for those, and that's how we've been able to combat with the gas prices that are increasing. Number two is, the other day we had somebody where we filled up our 3 Series at the 2018 BMW 3 Series. What we did was we switched our prepaid fuel. So guests, they have a choice to do prepaid fuel, and that guest, they won. Okay, they won that battle because ours was still at $59 for this, and it came out to a little over $70, almost $80 to fill the tank up back. So if you guys have adjusted any of your prepaid fuel, especially for the luxury, I'd highly advise you go back into your listings and bump them up. I did that across the board, and it's helping us. It's helping us adjust. We took like a $10, $15 loss from it, but it's okay because we still made money from it. We did a drop off, so in the end, it still evens out. But just saving that, and a lot of y'all that do offer the prepaid fuel, I think it's super convenient for a lot of people. You want to add all these extra details and insights. So the extras are good. The extra amenities, it helps, especially if the guest is going to bring it back on almost empty. So we want to be able to accommodate that. So go and make sure that your prepaid fuel option is increased, especially with the rising costs. And then number three is to be resourceful to get a credit card that gives percentage back on gas. I actually just made a video on the top 5 best credit cards I'd personally recommend, plus 2 bonuses if you do run a business and apply for business credit cards. So 7 total credit cards. It's a great way. There's going to be some guests, and this is what we've noticed, is they'll bring it back with like $10, $15 worth of gas. So we'll go back, fill it up, we'll report it to Turo. Turo charges the $10 convenience fee plus however much it was. So for example, let's say it's $10 that they owe in gas and we have the receipt. We upload that onto the Turo app. Turo will send them, it's called an incidental charge. And by the end of it, so it's $10 plus an extra $10 for the convenience fee for our time, our energy, right? So it's $20 they get charged. So if they're already going to pay for the gas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a credit card that's going to give us 3% cash back. And this really adds up, or 5%, or depending on what credit card you guys get, points, 5x points, 3x points, whatever that is. You guys can check that video. I'll link it below as well. But long story short, people are already paying for gas. This is money that you're already going to spend to fill up. Why not get the kickback? Plus, you're going to get paid for the gas. So to just be resourceful, especially during this time, as business owners, we become a lot more, you could say, resourceful in our minds and our thoughts, but we learn how to adapt, how to shift. And I think every dollar counts, right, when it comes down to it. And if you get a dollar back for free, I mean, I'm praising God for that, to be honest. So be resourceful, learn how to adapt. If you didn't know, when you give it to a guest at the top, right, filled up, if they didn't pay for the prepaid fuel, Turo, we can what it's called is an incidental charge. So when we see it, it's not full. You got to make sure that you take a picture before the trip, and then after Turo sees it, they validate it, knowing that you didn't just mess with the guest, right? We always want to be honest when we're doing this. And then from there, everything's going to be good, right? They bring it back in full, and they should be bringing it back in full, and we do that all the time. So making sure that, hey, the guest is paying because, hey, they're just paying for the day rate. They're not paying for the gas. So this is where we can leverage when other people are running late, or they're like, hey, just I'll pay you, just go ahead and fill it up. And people are like that because time, especially because out here in Las Vegas, they're all about time. So make sure you guys leverage credit cards, other ways to make money on the back end when it comes down to saving on gas long term and getting those specific credit cards for it. It's going to help for your booking, your bookkeeping, and your statements a lot simpler. Again, our luxuries are still getting booked, which is amazing. When I think about just the Vegas market, people are always looking to just spend money, have fun, cruise in luxury vehicles as well. We don't have too many. I think we have like 4 or 5 luxury vehicles, and then the rest are standard compact economy vehicles that we run on the fleet. So we're seeing a big increase on like daily rates, going from like $30-$40 in January to like $50-$60. We had one that's $67 a day. So it's great. So we're seeing a shift where people are now wanting to just get, the bang of their buck. They want something that's going to last long if they're going for the bigger trips, right? Dollar to gas. And I don't know if they save money long term, but it's allowing us to be competitive in this marketplace to be able to make more money off our economies. So it's been good. Also, last thing is a little tip that I have for gas when it comes to luxury. We always ask the guest if they can save the receipts because, we never know if they're going to put unleaded. So I ask them if it's a premium gas. I ask them, hey, by the end of the trip, if you can please just leave premium gas for it, or the receipts. And when you do fill it up, just for, just a courtesy for both the guest and the host. And they're always understanding. 90% of the guests do. There's a small percentage that forget or don't do it. And honestly, just hoping that they filled it up with the right gas when it comes down to the Affinity, the BMWs, that it's not just unleaded, it's premium. So those are other ways on how to keep it so it maintains integrity from both parties. Just another hack. Again, if you guys enjoy this, let me know. I'm going to be dropping a lot of Turo stuff again because it's been a business that I've been pretty active every day as we're running and managing this fleet, running it with the team. We're getting a lot of bookings during this time. It's like feeling like springtime in business mode. So it's been good. It's a blessing. If you guys also want to learn any other ways on how to do it, I have so many great videos just kind of teaching you what not to do, mistakes, how to set yourself up, and just prepare one car at a time. Y'all be blessed. Have a good week. Take care.